Flash of color lit up the sky over the Ohio River tonight, the blast of fireworks signaling the end of Cincinnati's Tall Stacks celebration. Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry Jessup.
And I'm JODI Baskerville. After being the riverboat capital of the world this weekend, the 14 Tall Stacks lifted anchor tonight. And although we saw an occasional downpour of rain today, that didn't stop people from pouring into the public landing. Eyewitness 12's Mary Krutko reports.
Mother Nature sure rained on this Tall Stacks parade, but just a little. As part of the weekend celebration, costumes of the riverboat era were displayed briefly on the gangplank of the showboat Majestic. Some people stood in the rain for an hour just to get a quick peek at the past.
It's something I wouldn't miss.
A chance to see riverboat gamblers, Southern belles, and Civil War soldiers.
That's an original 1860 cavalry saber. It'd be a presentation officer's model, and it comes in very effectively on a battlefield.
In fact, there was a battle today, right on the Ohio River. A battle of the boats, with the Delta Queen racing the Belle of Louisville. These two authentic stern-wheelers have been pitted against each other dozens of times, but only twice here in Cincinnati. The Belle won both of those races, so the Delta Queen was out for revenge.
And it looks like the Delta Queen has a clear lead.
I thought it was very exciting. I started from the end of the landing and ran alongside of it all the way up to the end of the finish line, yelling and screaming, yelling, "Come on, come on!"
And the Queen's gangplank was first to stretch up to the finish line at the L&N Bridge. It was part of a full weekend celebrating Cincinnati's rich river history, and it ended with a ceremony of the 14 beautiful stern-wheelers paddling their way home. Of all the bicentennial events, the Tall Stacks is considered the jewel in the crown. 5 years worth of planning went into this weekend celebration, and 500,000 people were able to go back in time to see how the stern-wheelers used to rule the river. Mary Krutko, Eyewitness 12 News.
The Tall Stacks celebration has given us an opportunity to get in touch with a link to our past. Now that those majestic riverboats have lifted anchor, Eyewitness 12's Dan Hurley concludes his very special series, Running the River, not by looking back, but by looking ahead.
This is the present and future of the working river. Towboats steered with the help of modern radar equipment push tows that stretch the length of 3 football fields. The Fiore has 4,100 horsepower twin diesel engines that can transport 22,500 tons of coal each trip between Charleston, West Virginia and the East Bend power plant. For the Cincinnati-based Ohio River Company, which owns the Fiore, the lifeblood of business is coal, which alone makes up 59% of the cargo on the Ohio. Cincinnati itself receives 9 million tons of coal each year by barge. That includes every ounce of coal used by CG&E to heat, light, and power our homes and factories.
The bigger railroad cars now are probably about 100 ton, so it takes 15 railroad cars to fill one barge. And we towed 15 barges.
And river commerce is getting stronger each year. Since 1950, the gross tonnage carried on the Ohio has increased 150%. That strong performance, combined with the traditional romantic pull of river life, continues to attract young men to the river, despite some unique working conditions.
We're out here for 24 hours a day, sometimes 30 days a month.
Steam-powered stern-wheelers may seem more romantic than diesel-powered towboats, but coal is essential to modern life. And as long as that's true, river transportation and towboats will be essential to Cincinnati. For Eyewitness 12 News, I'm Dan Hurley.